What'd you think of the episode?
I gave this episode an 8 out of 10. Pretty good. Yeah, pretty good, man. So the pros, there's a neat premise for a pseudo alternate universe. So there's consequences, but not. So this is a nice literary device where you can see what would happen if you don't do something, but also there's no penalties. So you get to be in the moment, but also we reset the story. There was an excellent James T. Kirk. I really like how this actor plays the character. He's cocky and bold, but cautious and creative. I really like this creativity aspect of James T. Kirk to think out his way, to be wily, to be sneaky, to get himself and his crew out of dangerous situations. And so this is also a great personality contrast between him and Pike. So we see two captains in their own right. They're similarly ranked, although Pike is on the flagship. But we see how different personalities can be good leaders, in fact, great leaders. There's no uniform. There's no fixed characteristics for what a captain should be, and I really like the contrast between these two. And there's also this interspecies tension. Very good. This feeling between humans and Vulcans versus the Romulans. And so we see their visions, the futures, and the consequences of the road not taken. This is high sci-fi. This is science fiction in the greatest tradition of what could be out there. The neutral zone feels like the Wild West. You got the Ramis coming across the border, doing some hit and run tactics and trying to escape in their plane, and they're dancing on this neutral zone of what is known, what's not known. There's not like the Federation has full knowledge of exactly what's happening, and the fact that they destroy three or four outposts right on the neutral zone, and the Starfleet doesn't know like immediately. The only reason they knew was because the Enterprise happened to have been there and happened to have been watching. But it feels like that Wild West, that time where you could you could do crimes and the government wouldn't know for what am I saying? The government wouldn't know for some amount of time. So it's not like this highly controlled highly controlled scenario where the over oppressive government just knows everything. No, it feels like things are happening right now. There's a development of where the galaxy is forming. It's the Wild West. It's the unknown. So very good feeling. I got that feeling from this episode. The cons is that the neutral zone feels a little too Wild West. So it's 100 years since the initial Federation versus Romulan conflict. And 100 years is not a lot on the galactic scale. On the galactic scale, where these civilizations have been around for hundreds of millennia, something like this. And so I'm surprised. I'm surprised by how little networked communications there are. So if you have an outpost get destroyed, why isn't it immediately just the signal from that outpost has been cut off? Signal from that output is cut off. Let's go investigate. Why is it so Wild West that an outpost can be destroyed and nobody even knows? So why are there no detection? Why is there no defense? Why do the outposts on the neutral zone, this neutral zone between us and an aggressor species, it feels so abandoned? Are we so strapped for personnel and resources that we can't monitor our neutral zone? It feels too Wild West. But other than that, I mean, overall, 8 out of 10. That's a good episode. You can. This is an episode where you can turn off the lights, dim down the room, take out some popcorn, and you feel like you're there. Good episode. What did you think?
I give this episode an 8 out of 10 as well. I felt engaged the whole time. I felt the tension the whole time during the battle because I didn't know what was going to happen. We're in an alternate timeline, so I didn't know what was going to happen. So I felt like anything could happen. Anybody could die. So I felt the tension. I was engaged. As an aside, those original series movie red uniforms, I really like those. I think they look good. Mm-hmm. And the time travel stuff, I think this is maybe how they square this particular Enterprise and Pike with the original prime timeline, maybe. They'll come together. I don't really know the original series, but I've heard like there's some discrepancies, and maybe this timeline stuff will be how they all bring it together in season 5, at the end of the last season. So I'm looking forward to more of this time travel stuff in the future. So I was really enjoying it. Some bad stuff though. I thought this particular time travel story was a little flimsy, where it was like, wait, what's the big change between the prime timeline and this timeline? was that Pike did something marginally different. I wasn't feeling like the history is on a pivot point. I didn't really feel that. So I thought it was a little flimsy. And I don't always think Kirk is right. I'm always like, Kirk is right. He's got to go get it. I didn't disagree with any of Pike's maneuvers in the episode, so I'm not sure Kirk is right. But overall, I was on the edge of my seat, so I give it an 8 out of 10.